Yep, we here. You know how it goes. Keep them smiles up. Keep that energy up. I'm telling you guys right now, we are here in the kitchen. Lady T and Chef Dennis. What we cooking today? We are about to stir up the pot. Listen, we're gonna have all those haters hating, but listen, at the end of the day, we want to change your mind, change your perspective, and have a clear mind. And not only a clear mind, renew your thoughts, renew your mind. That's what we want you to do. Renew your mind. It's because guess what? There's so much going on in the world. We need you to renew your mind. Not only renew your mind, just your body, your soul, your spirit. We need to change that. We want to change that. We want to help change that. We want to help change how you think. And listen, today is something good and juicy. I was talking to my co-host earlier today, man. Listen, I'm telling you, man. Look, when you find Jesus, it's like no other. It's like a man. Look, oh, I'm so excited right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Listen, some people say you got a lot of energy. Listen, when it comes to talk about this, I got a lot of energy, man. I just can't. Oh, I can't shake it off. I can't, man. I can't. I don't want to though. I don't want to. Right. But I just listen. On today, I was getting ready to do some things. I was doing some errands and stuff. And I got to tell you, I got to share a story with you guys. Listen, I actually met a young man. It was so, man, it was so exciting. I was so excited for him. So I was getting me an outfit and everything. And listen, let me share with you guys. This young man, put like this. Well, let me retract. God put it on my spirit, and He was like, "Talk to that young man." So I told the young man, I said, "Listen, check out my podcast. It's spiritual based. You know, it's everyday life, but it's encouraging, not discouraging." And so I told him, I said, "Oh yeah, man, check it out." So he subscribed and everything. And one thing he said to me that stood out. Man, listen, I'm telling y'all right now, goosebumps went through my whole body. What I'm about to tell y'all. The young man said he had to be from the age 20 to 35. I really couldn't put it. He was real young. So the young man said, "Listen, I wanted to change my life. I changed my life. I wanted to live for God and everything." He said, "You see this ring on his finger, on my finger?" He was like, "This is my devotion to God." He said, "I used to mess around with women and do all this stuff." He said, "Look, this ring, I wear this ring because of my devotion to God, and I want to live for God. So every time I look at this ring, it keeps me in the right place." And I said, "Young man," I said, "Listen, this is the place for you. It's to be encouraged, to know that we all go through things." And I'm so glad and so grateful that I stopped him at the moment and spoke with this young man, because listen, I want him to be encouraged, because that is, in this time, it's tough to do. As a young man, it's tough to keep yourself pure and want to have the right woman for you. And I said, "Listen, you have the keys to the door that God has for you. Only you can open those doors that God has for you. That you continue to walk on that path, and God will allow you to meet the right woman for you." And that's like I said, I commend him, because look, if I had that mindset when I was young, I surely would have did it, but I didn't. And I'm, like I said, I was so happy that, because sometimes God speak to you and you don't listen, you just keep on moving. Like, I could have just kept on moving, finish my shopping, but God was like, "No, speak to him, talk to him." And then we had a conversation, and he was getting ready to go on break and everything. I said, "Look, I just want to share this with you." And I began to tell him about some of the things that we talked about, and he was like, "Yo, I love it." You know what I'm saying? I'm really encouraged. And like I said, it's good to see people trying to do the noble thing like that. Because like I said, it's tough. Women wearing all these sexy clothes and all that thing. It's hard. Sometimes you fall subject to the flesh. And so that was like I said, that was a big story for me today. And then we're gonna jump into the topic. And the topic is following Jesus versus believing in Jesus. That's tough. And Lady T, when I say following Jesus and versus believing in Jesus, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Because I got some notes over here, but before I elaborate on how following Jesus versus believing in Jesus, it's different. It's a difference. So can you
Yeah,
tell us?
I was glad you have had that title because it's important to know which one you're really doing. People need to pay attention, you know. We talk about following such and such because they got a podcast, because they got, you know, Facebook page. We follow them all the time, right? We follow people all the time. But Jesus said, follow me. Man, I want to say it was over 10 to 15 times, probably plus in the New Testament. He said, follow me, follow me. Like he said that over and over. And following Jesus means that you have to go find out what the scriptures, and that can be outside of what we look at the Bible, because remember, from the age of 13 to 30, he was out. And even, you know, I think there's a part that says, God says something of like, you know, bring my son from Egypt. You know, he was in Egypt. So there's text out there that says Jesus was in certain locations that they say is, you know, possibly real in Jesus. So following Jesus means that you go learn that. You know, following Jesus means that you understand his words and really take what, like I had to go back to Daniel because I can't remember, it's not coming up to me, but I remember Jesus said something about Daniel. And I had to go back to Daniel and listen to Daniel, you know, hearing what Daniel and seeing what was moving in the spirit at that time, you know, and when he says certain things, like, you know, do not be afraid, you know, these are big things of following Jesus. When you follow Jesus, you listen to what he said. That's how I see following Jesus. Anybody can believe. Anybody can say, oh, yeah, I believe in Jesus. Oh, yeah. But that's nothing. Believing in saying that you have faith. Your faith can be small. Your faith can be big. Your faith can be, you know, so grand that you can see miracles happening in your life. Or your faith can be small that you are only seeing trickles of, you know, some gifts. But God, Jesus,
Mhm.
excuse me, Jesus said, I came to bring life and life more abundantly. You know, and if you take what he says about life and life more abundantly, then we have to seek that. And seeking it means that you have to go outside to find out what Jesus learned. And it does take some understanding of what other cultures did at the time of Jesus and before his time. So that's what following Jesus to me is. When you actually look back and Jesus is your main character, and you say, I want to find out what Jesus did and where he went. And if he was around certain people, like the Essenes, I mentioned the Essenes, some show we had in the past. And I found out about the Essenes, and I'm learning about the Essenes that he was around that time. You know, there's so much to learn, but you have to go outside of the box. That's how they follow Jesus.
So a person that believes in Jesus, what do you think about that? Somebody that just believe, is their soul saved? Are they saved? You know, believing in Jesus.
Well, I mean, is belief what we call faith? What we call belief faith? Would you call belief faith? I'm asking you that
Yeah,
question.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Mhm,
faith without works is dead. Like that is
mhm.
true. So you
Right.
have to have that action part of following, of doing the action to look for and seek and find. Because the finding comes when you seek it. You know, if you're in your heart seeking to understand Jesus, you will, you know, ask questions within yourself to understand. I ask questions all the time within myself. And within myself, only myself in the spirit, Holy Spirit knows what I'm asking. And when I ask, it comes like quickly. And then I'll be like, oh, thank you. And you know, and then I'm involved in the understanding part. But people don't really have a mind to really seek Jesus like they should because they say, I believe without the work.
So I just want to, jump right in and following. It's, walking with Jesus parallel to the life that he lived, following his direction. That's what is that noise?
Only you heard it.
Yes. Fo- Following his direction, the path that he has laid out for us. That's the key. And, believing, like you said, faith without works is dead. And the believing part is, oh, yeah, like you said, I know who he is, but he has something for you to do and, live according to what he has laid down the foundation for you. And that's key. That's some people look, when they say follow him, we talk about, moving according to what his standard for us and our lives, and that's key. Some people that, this young man that I speak to all the time, he said, I don't believe in Jesus. I know he's real. I said, you know he's real. Have you seen him? Right. So he said, no, I know he's real. I said, you knowing he's real, but if you know of him, right? And I said to him, hey, we have this type of conversation. I said, there's no judgment. I said, if you know him, right, and you know of his works, why do you do what you do? He just said, I know. No. If you claiming to know who Christ is, now this is this on a personal level. So I tell him, so he don't look at me and say I'm judging him, but I can, correct him because he talked like that. And I said, look, how you going to, say you know him, but you live in this way? You can't do that. You can't. Come on. I don't think he wants you to do that. You doing it because you want to do it. But you say you know him now. If you know him, you know he wants you to do all good things. Not to say you perfect, but you can't say, oh, I know he's real, but you gonna live the way you want to live. No. We look at our parents, and sometimes we want to follow our parents because they laid a foundation for us that was good, right? And sometimes we look at them and we don't want to follow them because we it's not that we judge them, it's because we look at their life and we say, man, listen, I'm not gonna do that. That wasn't good. That part of my life I want to remove because now you had found Jesus in a different way. We come. That's us. We've been raised in the church all our lives, and now we on our own journey, and we see things they wasn't always made out the way they were supposed to be.
Right.
So, and we walk in this walk, and we're trying the best that we can to live a holy life, a righteous life. And I tell people all the time, it's not easy to live righteous and holy. It's not. Sometimes we fall to the flesh. Sometimes we get angry and not quit the strike. We just get angry and we say things that we regret. Sometimes the things that you say you can't take back. So things that come off that tongue is like poison. And once it, you can look, you can be cured by poisoning your body, but it can leave a lifetime of damage. You can be healed from it, but it'll leave a lifetime of damage. And because that poison, that toxin has gotten in there, it's settled in, and you trapped it in a place. That's why they retracted. But it committed. I mean, I said committed. It had already caused damage to maybe the tissue, maybe the muscles, and now now you have a lifetime of damage, and that's key. And people that believe, we want you to know that just because you believe doesn't mean that you have a place in heaven. Doesn't mean you have a place in hell. But we want you to know that it's work to be done.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's exactly what I was about to say. It's the work. Some people don't want to do the work. And they know there's a work in the process of having the spirituality of Jesus, the anointed one. There takes work. There takes discipline. There takes a lot of discipline. That's something that is truly what it's all about when it comes to spirituality and truly following Jesus. He said, sell all you have, and follow me. And I've said this to you before. That's my goal. Like I want to sell all I have. You know, I want to accumulate because I've already accumulated in my life, right? I had the accumulation, and the accumulation was so great. It was fun. And now I get to see other people living the accumulation life and enjoying the luxuries of life, right? And me, I want to sell all I have and follow Jesus, right? Because all I want to do, seriously, because I don't want to go too, too far, too much. Like, okay, too much is given, much is required. And I truly believe that is true. Because if you have, like, let's say very big, grand homes, and let's say you're very rich and wealthy, or even middle class wealthy, you have a lot of responsibilities. If you have a lot of cars, if you have a lot of big house, that's a lot of responsibility. And because it's me, my life is me. My daughters are out there living their life, and it's just me. Oh no, I have no desire for the grand anymore. Grandiose things happened in my past, and I was grateful for it. I had a great time, but now I want to sit up here and live like, what do they call those? Minimalist.
But okay, now watch this. And you said that, you say it to me all the time. Now watch this. But that's what you want, right?
Yeah.
But what do God want for you? Maybe God want to bless you with those things. So you want to take those things that God wants for you. You earned it. So God says, listen, you've earned all of these riches. I want to give them to you.
And I give them to others. That is what I've been
Okay.
doing.
All right. You look, you get right.
Yeah,
So, like you tell me, don't cut yourself short.
I
Because
won't.
God, all right,
Yeah.
because if God want to give you $1 million for you and you decide to give it away, that's cool. But don't push your blessings away. Like you tell me
Yeah.
all the time, don't push them away, because guess what? You If you're doing the work, there's something that God wants to give you. You already got the movie. You already got the desire to live for him. You know what I'm saying? So there are things that come with it. There are gifts that come with it. So there are gifts that you have to work for. You just don't get, you got to work for it, right?
Right.
And in that line of duty, there are gifts that God give you because you have worked for them. And that's key. So, um just like, our everyday life, I sit and I talk with people different on different levels. And like I said, I'm continuously learning how to talk to people on many levels. Listen, and sometimes it can be tricky. Um, and that's where I'm at right now. That's part of my work, just talking and not looking with a judgmental eye. Looking with an open mind and trying to discuss and come to their understanding. And then there are some people. Listen, you got to realize that there are people who was trying to tear down the word of God, who's trying to tear down everything that he built. They're trying to tear it down. Sometimes they come in sheep clothing, wolves in sheep clothing. They come like that. They say, "Oh yeah, I love the Lord," but got a hidden agenda to make you fall, to make you feel ashamed, to make you doubt your faith. And T, just if you mute your mic sometimes, then you won't have all that back feedback.
I don't have feedback. I don't hear nothing.
I hear it.
You're the only one that hears it, right?
No, don't worry about that. No, so, but at the end of the day, let me get back to what I'm saying. Though.
Okay, yeah.
No, but don't worry about it. But that's the thing, and as I just continue to do what I do, what I'm saying, it's exciting. And somebody asked me, why do you call it what's cooking, or why chef dinner? I said, because that's my profession, that's what I do. So I always use cooking as an example because I know cooking well. But at the end of the day, I enjoy talking about God. I enjoy talking about Jesus. So, there is other means of to see my work. My Instagram, my TikTok. I have work out there. You can always see that at 3 Course Catering 3235. So you can check it there too, and you can my TikTok Chef Dennis. So you can check all that type of stuff out. But this was the place where I like to talk about things that we encounter on a daily basis as a Christian. And look, I tell my co-host Lady T, I always tell her I'm always out there dipping and dabbing in different podcasts. And my podcast, they got it on live stream, and it's like I said, it's fun. I like it, and I never go into somebody's live or podcast talking negative about their faith, regardless of if they believe in something else. I tell them, they said, "How did you find us?" I said, "Because this is what God wanted me." It's under the algorithm of belief, faith. So whether they're trying to discuss it, downplay it, or anything, guess what? I'm here. Speaking about God and being mindful of how I talk. Because guess what? Some people can interpret it as the wrong thing, but I don't come. That's not my energy that I give. The energy that I give is love and peace, happiness, and I want to be joyful. When they see me, they say, "This dude, man, he always smiling." Because someone say, "You always smiling." What I got to be mad for? I got to deal with a lot in this world. So why should I be mad or frowned up? For what? And I tell people this all the time. If you mad, can you change what you mad about? No. So why be mad? Why be frowning up? Because you can't change the circumstance. You can't change that person that made you upset. Why be mad about it? Just keep it pushing. Keep it moving. Because being mad ain't going to do nothing but give you stress, maybe heart attack, high blood pressure. That's all it's going to do. They're going to do nothing else.
Yeah. So that's something I'm learning how to work out. That I have anger in my life. Anger has been something I've seen, and I know I'm being healed because I feel it in my body, but it still wants to come out because I can pop off quick. And I think that's anger. You know what I mean? When you can pop off quick and have something to say, that's anger. But that's something, me and you are different. I'm still working on that. That's God working that in me. So.
Oh, well, look, listen, I tell people this all the time. I'm not a therapist, but I experience a lot because, it was wild and crazy at a young age, right? But here's the thing. You're doing the right thing right now. And why I say that is because you acknowledge it. That's the first step of correcting it, and also the first step of healing. That's another thing. Some people know they doing something wrong, and they would know they got to do the right thing, but they don't because they're not acknowledging it. If you acknowledge it, that means you conscious of it. So that means it's staying there. Now you're like, oh, I can't do this. No, let me stop. And that's how you begin to heal, acknowledging that you got an issue, you got a problem. And my thing to you is this: you know how now, I used to be mad too. Mad about my grandmother before she passed. She used to say, "Grandson, why you always frowning?" So I used to walk around like this. She said, "Yeah, that's better. Don't be frowning. You frowning about what?" That's I got it from her. She said, "You get mad about something you can't change." So that stayed with me. And as I got older, I swear, I don't let stuff bother me. I'll be like, "What? All right, whatever." I just keep moving. I just keep it pressing, keep it moving. I don't let my kids, my wife, my family, I don't let nobody get me stressed out. Look, if you suffer with migraine headaches, I did. And listen, I went to the doctor. He said, "Oh, you have a severe case of migraines." I said, "What's that from?" "Stress." I said, "Oh, listen, I should take Excedrin, extra strength." I said, "No, that was it." See, it only took one time for me. I said, "Oh, that is it. It's over." No, we not gonna have that. I'm not. Oh, what you say? Get out of here. I don't. That look, Lady T, you be always saying I don't curse. That's why. I'm trying to tell you, Long time ago. I threw all that out. I said, what? Get out of here. I don't want to hear that. Satan, get out of here. They said, what you call it? Dad, get out of here. I'll get out of my head. Get out of my mind. I don't want to talk about you. I bounce. If somebody try to get me upset, I'm bouncing. I'm out. See what I'm saying?
Your well-being matters. You are putting yourself first, and good for you. More people need to be that way.
You got to be like that too.
I am, but look, when my reaction. Okay, so look, I'm passionate when I speak, right?
But yeah,
I'm a person that can speak. I believe I can speak well for myself. You know what I mean? Like I can have a conversation with people, and I feel comfortable having a conversation with whoever. And when I'm speaking, sometimes I come off as if I know it all. I get that, because my demeanor is that way. I get it, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just being me. You get what I'm saying? So why should I sit up here and have to protect myself from people that don't like it or are uncomfortable with it? That's not my problem, dude. You see what I'm saying? It's not my problem. So, but I have to sit up here and learn how to not be angry about it, because the anger is really, shown through the other person. That's what I mean. I have a way where I can trigger people. You get me? So because I got something in me. So I'm a reflection of everybody around me. So if I see people always angry, it's because it's in me. And I am able to make it click, like, and bounce back. Like that person just have it. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be done in love. But because of, other people's, including myself, we have a way that we think. And that is what, we look at as, okay, yes, women do try to fix everyone.
But
that's the nurturing.
Oh, yes, you're right. That's the nurturing. But Lady T, here's the thing though. I know you're not big on TV and watching certain things and listening, but that might be a mechanism you could use to help heal too. Things that you listen to. Not now. I'm just saying, like things that you listening to, things that you're seeing or watching. Not so much it got to be people, but that might be a portal you could use too to open up to help you heal too. Because guess what? You ever heard of a music soothes the beast?
Oh yeah.
So you got that.
Oh yeah. Now if I need to go out and sing, I go out and sing, listen to music. Oh yeah.
You got that beast in you. So, but all jokes aside though, but seriously, and look, that helped me. That helped me. I'm always listening to gospel music, different ranchers, different artists, and it helped me a lot, because then through that, sometimes God speaks to me, speaks to my heart. And now I'm talking about, sometimes I'll be driving in the car and I just got to pull over and I start crying, because it's like, wow, he's really speaking to me. Do the music, whoever the artist is. It's just that you really got to listen, because God is trying to talk to you. And I'm trying that. It don't work for everybody, but just try that. I know you.
I do. And I'm going to tell you what I'm doing right now. I love watching and looking at other cultures. So what I do, and that's what I look at it as, what I watch. I only watch about an hour and a half of television Monday through Thursday. But I'll watch like at least 4 hours on the weekend, because I'm not a TV person. I never was when I was young. So I'm kind of growing into it. But right now I'm watching Korean drama series. Korean.
Oh, Korean.
The Asian, yes, the Asian culture. Korean, the dramas, like they have their own series, and I've been watching that. And you know
Drama?
why? Mm-hmm. And it's basically romance stories. But why I'm watching it is because it was recommended to me, right? Not only that, but it was more like, I love watching different cultures. You're right. I love it. I used to love watching the karate type, all the, yes, I know, back in the day. Remember back in the day?
That's why you got the beast. That's why you got the beast.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, you like, yeah, I'm gonna beat this girl up. What you
No,
got? But
that's
but you
not
but see,
why.
but you said, look, you said Korean drama. What
Yeah.
about drama? Is drama?
But it's a romance. It's like that, when I say drama, it's just the fact that it's just a romance series, drama. That's what I mean. Like, we used to watch Martin back in the day, right? Like that type of, it's a show that comes
That
on,
but
but
that's
I was
called a sitcom. That's a
okay,
sitcom.
you're right. That was a sitcom. You're right. But still, this is a drama and it's a romance drama because it's like life and people. But what I'm trying to say is this is what I do. That's what I like doing. I like looking at different, stuff. I've watched my people for a long time, our stuff
I,
for a long time,
okay.
BET. All I was doing was BET. So now I want to watch and hear different dialects. You know what I'm saying? I like that. That is to me my little culture where I can, go around the world in a way where I'm still home, even though I don't want to be home. I want to go around the world. But
Well,
it's an education too.
mhm. So look, I always say this: the things that you listen to helps you through your internal issues. Things that you listen to.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
You always, this is what you tell
Well,
all the time. This is what you
I'm
say.
I
And you're
prescribe
right.
that because I prescribe that because over the years, listening to certain like I listen. I see that's the thing about what my journey now is that I just don't listen to I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Black gospel. I listen to all different type of music because guess what? It's a different tune. You know what I'm saying? It's a different tune, and guess what? It speaks to me differently.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But it has to speak to me because
Okay.
that's it has to
That's
speak to
the
me,
speak to
and
you.
and that's the part of the spiritual part
Hmm.
because if you connect it with the spiritual part of you as an individual, you can relate to what they're saying. It's not about just the music; it's about what they're saying. And
Mm.
now you listen to the melody. Now I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about to be true, and it's not my opinion; it's a fact. I do not speak Spanish. Okay, I have been to churches where they bilingual. They do Spanish and English. Let me tell you something. I was sitting in my chair, and the Spanish woman got up and began to sing. Let me tell you something. What? Listen, I know what Jesus means. Okay, I know what me or more mean. You got what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Listen, that music when she came, listen, I kid you not, I'm serious. This is what I'm talking about, connecting with the spirit, and it's moving like that. Listen, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I began to cry. This is Spanish. I didn't know. I know what Jesus and I know what mi amor means. My love. Jesus is Jesus in Spanish. But listen, when she began to sing, listen, you talking about angelic? The voice was beautiful. Like I said, I began to cry because guess what? Regardless of what, and you could see her devotion. You could see that she really was in tune with God. It's not have nothing was a joke. You can feel it. Like I said, like I tell people, that's when you really understand it, and it's something like I said, it's something you have to experience. And when you experience it, it's like no other. And it's like you could tell the world, but when you experience it, it's something different. It's a whole different thing. It's a whole different action. And we talk about following, and that's part of following because guess what? Listen, when you experience God, Jesus for yourself, you can tell the world all you want. They got to have that experience, that one on one.
It
You know what I'm
changes
saying?
you.
It changes you. It changes your mind. It changes your perspective. It changes how you treat people. Believing don't have nothing to do with just believing. We talk about that's the work of following. It's how you respond to people. Somebody can say something nasty. You know what? Growing up, I used to drive in a car like in my 20s, somebody stick up their middle finger and I stick my middle finger back up at them. No, guess what? Now that don't even move me. I'll be like, all right, whatever. You stuck your middle finger up. You said, you did that to me. Okay, all right. Drop. Let me move over. Let me let you by. I don't want you to swerve over, make me get his ass. Let me slow down. You see that? Change your mind, change your perspective. You know what I'm saying? That's what following Jesus is. Not but just believing. Because I could believe he said, look, watch this. And you said it earlier. I could believe and say, I believe that Jesus is going to change things. No, it does not work like that.
Nope.
You have to do things for him to do it for you. Oh, you think you're going to just, oh, Lord, I need a new car. Oh, I need a new house. No. You got to work for that house. You have to work to get what you want. And guess what? He is the provider. Yes. He provides those hours for you. He provides the job for you. And you got to go to work every day. He gave you the hours. He gave you the overtime. Now it's up to you to choose to work it.
Yep.
And that's part of following him. You understand what I'm saying? That's not just say, oh yeah, some it's not. And see, I'm not in the business of talking about other Christians. I'm in the business of encouraging Christians, not talk about them, because a lot of these people on podcasts, they talk about other Christians. Or you're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do this, and condemning them. No, I'm serious, condemning them and saying, oh, you doing this. Listen, that's not what Jesus wants you to do. What he wants you to do is encourage other people to come to him, enlighten them. Because the ones that's listening to all that stuff that's going on, guess what? You use the same platform that you using to talk about somebody else that's doing the wrong thing. Talk about God, how he's doing great things in your life, and how you can be an encouragement to them. See, I refuse to do all that. There's so much going on in the world that we don't need to talk about it. Then guess what? Because like I told somebody today, I said, the moment you get old, you become an adult, and you know right from wrong, you know when you're doing something wrong. You know it. Mm-hmm. I don't care what's going on. They know. Mm-hmm. Tell me I'm wrong, T. They know?
They know. They know. Everybody knows.
That's it. I don't care what walk you doing, what faith you believe in. You listen. There is something inside of you letting you know that you're doing something wrong. If you're doing something that's gonna hurt somebody else's feelings, make them feel sad, guess what? You know you did something wrong. You might enjoy it, but you knew that you did something wrong. You know it. It don't sit well.
But I think a lot of people are blind to that nowadays because people have no kindness. Kindness is very, it's far to see. It's far in between a lot of times. Kindness, where it's truly kindness, it doesn't come often. So, I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, people don't want to see that they should be good to other people. That's basically it. Nobody wants to see it.
And look, T, now I'm going to critique. This is all it is. It's a critique, not a judgment. This is me.
Put a disclaimer out there.
Yes, I do, because people say, "Oh, you judgmental." No, I'm not. I'm just critiquing a little bit, not judging you as individuals. Okay, I just want to say that. I gotta say that because ears are watching, eyes are looking. So I gotta say that. But my thing is this: when you got this Jew, they say, "Yo, everybody can't be like you, D." But I'm just trying to. Can you help me out a little bit, T? I'm excited right now. Can you help me out with this?
Okay. I'm like, what is this gonna be?
Look, the love of God, the love of Christ that you have in you, it should be joy, right? Bundles of joy, right?
Right.
So I know this to be true to anybody. If you drink soda every day, right? Eventually, it will show on the outside, on your face. Yeah, you must. You know where I'm going.
Yeah.
So my thing is this: how can you be a Christian, right, on any level, and you walk around with this serious face? How can someone know that you are a follower of Jesus Christ?
No.
Even by the fruits of the spirit, the fruits of the spirit will, even though the spirit of discernment, right, will let you know. But guess what? You have to have an encounter with that person for them to even notice or even know that you are following Christ. You
Or you're
understand what I'm
led,
saying?
or you're led to them.
Or you led to them.
Yeah,
You
that a
know that
strong leading to somebody is very
exactly
real.
right. That's real. That's led by God. But
Hmm.
that's the thing. Some people live next door to the so-called Christian, and they don't even know they're a Christian. They don't even know they're a follower of God.
I mean, that's because we're not kind to each other. We don't talk to each other. We don't have
That
community with one another.
and look, that's the difference right there. Is because guess what? You will be listen. You can tell. We always say by the fruit of the spirit, right? But the way somebody speak to you, you could tell something different about anybody else. You, good morning. Hey, how you doing? Have a good day. Not good morning.
Now, now I'm a Christian, right? I love the
Go
Lord.
ahead.
I got joy. But when I see my neighbors know me. They probably like, she's ugh. They probably have some, thought of me because I'm not friendly. I don't sit up here, hey, how's a good day? I don't do all that. I am not that type. So they wouldn't know I'm a Christian. They wouldn't know. But
Okay,
I
so
give a good smile. Like my neighbor close to me. I've taken her food from her. She's old. She's 95, and I've taken her bags and I've helped her. Those things I do. But regularly talking to people, nah. There's just one or two.
but okay, now, Lady T, now watch. I'm going to show you something. Look, this is part of our job. This is part of our duty. Guess what? Do you know them to be a Christian?
No, I've
Wait,
never.
hold on.
Okay.
Now watch this. It's your duty as a Christian, because you say you're a Christian, right? Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I gotta get you because I love you. And watch this. It's your job to say good morning, but guess what? You don't give yourself the opportunity to speak about God to them because guess
No.
what? That why not?
Because
You
that's
can
not my place right now. I've said, look, everybody has their time, right? For doing things, or everybody has a time. My place is to be a student. I keep telling you,
you
I am
you
in.
pass that. You pass
Nope,
that. You already
nope,
do you
no, no,
not
no.
hold up. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, you want to deny it, but you know
I'm telling you the truth. I am a student. I am learning. So I can't sit up here and I'm not jumping out there to have a conversation with somebody. Like Jehovah Witnesses, they go out and they come to your door and talk to you. That's not me. I can't even I'm not even going to ask you about your religion because I like it to be natural to just open up and just have the conversation. Now,
no you
if they ask me, I have no problem. But nah, that's not my style, dude.
no you don't just say, oh, how you doing? What are you a Christian?
Mm,
No, you got to have a conversation.
I don't
But
have
you
conversations like that. That's what I'm
okay?
trying to tell you.
So you want to keep that that love of Christ? You want to just keep it all to yourself? You don't want to share
I
it?
I am sharing with you twice a week for the last months. This is my opportunity to get all that God has me to say out
Ooh,
into that is it. That is look, I don't like swearing, but I was close to it. That is it because my circumstances will not allow anything else. I am in a circumstance. There are circumstances that keep me in a place that I know I'm supposed to be in, and I have to be committed to it. And so my commitment to my situation, I will be diligent on. But you and I right now is my time, for me to express the things that I'm learning. But I'm still a student. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I know everything, but I'm going to tell you some things that I learned. Check it and see if it's real or not. Do your own work and come back and we can talk about it. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna always come back and say I'm wrong. But I'm a student. I'm not gonna sit up here and preach the word and say all that. Nope, nope, nope. That's not my life. That's
so
not my
that's
life.
Well, I'm just want to tell you, like, it is part of your life. You're in denial right now, but God want God want to use you. I'm not gonna let you do that. God want to use you. That energy, that zeal, that joy. He want to use you. And listen, I know. Listen, as Christians, that's what we do. Sometimes we be like, nah, I don't want to do that. No, I'm not doing that. But God said, okay, you love me, right? Don't worry, you gonna do it.
I
Go
follow
for it.
Jesus.
I know
I
you
follow
do.
Jesus
I,
because
I
you and
know
I
you do.
connected. That's how I know.
No, I know.
Everything that happened in life, I know that I'm following and I'm in the right direction.
You
That's why
are.
I'm comfortable. That's
Yes.
why I look at it like, but as people, we need to give that love to others like that. Allow others to, live their journey, give some good, ear, I would say ear hustle type of talk. Just say something that it can be good and profound, like that God did to you. Today with the ring, that was good for you. And we need to do
Of
more
course.
of that.
Right.
We need to do
But
more of that.
Lady T, listen. But you know that, and what you just said, that like the young man that spoke to me, the good thing about it is that I was obedient. Like I said, I was moving. I was, getting some clothes ready for tomorrow and everything, and I was obedient because, and that's part of following, being obedient to the Holy Spirit. You gotta, but you can't know that the Holy Spirit is speaking to you if you're not following Jesus. Believing it is just part of it. That's just part of it. We've been saying this over and over. Faith without works is dead. You know, so it's things, and like I said, there is a purpose for me stopping, speaking with this young man, and allowing him to see and speak to me, because guess what? I can be sure that I'll see him again, and I'll speak to him again, and guess what? He'll be encouraged, and he'll bring other people to be encouraged as well, and that's key. That's what I want to do.
I want to say something about
Yeah,
what you
good.
said. Okay, we as Christians, we are going to go through ups and downs. Like I
Yes.
look at it as, we're not always going to be on the high spiritual joy. We're going to have the world all on our shoulders to deal with on a daily basis.
Yep.
So, being a Christian, knowing how to deal with the ups and downs, I think that's like the biggest thing of truly following what Christ is all about, because learning how to go through that journey of the ups and downs, because honestly the downs are the worst. When you're really down, it can get to depression, it can get into a real genuine sadness that
Yeah.
affects the body. There are things that people get stuck. And so being a Christian and being or following Jesus, what we'll say, following Jesus means that you are able to rise above it. There's somehow you take that following Jesus mentality, because it is a mental thing,
Right.
and putting it in your spirit to let it connect to change you. And people, need to be encouraged to do that. The encouragement needs to come more and more from each other. Like that's what I mean. Kindness is encouragement. What I look at it as the same, you know. But we need to do that more. You talking about how Christians talk down on other Christians and everything. We need to encourage more, just like you said earlier.
Right. That's it. Look, listen, everybody's not doing the right thing, but still, guess what? You got to realize that God is using them the way they're supposed to be used. And now, guess what? It's God's job to scold and pull them down when they're not doing what they're supposed to. They talk about Kurt Frank and all that. They've been talking about him a long time, right? Listen, that's one thing I said I would not do. I won't talk about another Christian. If they believing in God and they doing his will, they doing his work, I don't know. I'm not the one to judge him. I'm not the one to talk about him. And any other Christians, they should not be doing that, because guess what? That is the trick of the enemy. He wants you to talk about that. Because guess what?
Talk about it. What do you mean to be
like,
against or for what he says?
Listen,
I'm
so
sorry.
in other words, they're doing certain things, right, against the word of God. You don't have to do that. Guess what? Because guess what? We know as Christians that what's supposed to be done or it's not supposed to be done. So we don't need to. Oh, let's uplift God's word. Let's uplift that. Talk. They're not talking about the Bible. They're not talking about the word of God. They're not talking about. You understand what I'm saying? They're not.
I mean, I'm saying it because I don't know anything about it. I mean, I see certain videos about Kirk Franklin talking, so that's why I'm confused what
No,
you
it's
mean
other,
by
it's other people
his
that,
past, maybe like stuff.
yeah, that it's stuff he's doing, like he was at the BET Awards, how he was dressed.
Oh, okay.
You feel me? That's
okay.
Listen, they're taking the time out to talk about he's supposed to be a man of God and he's doing X, Y, and Z. You taking the watch this. You are taking the time out to talk about that. No, take the time out to talk about the word of God. Take the time out to encourage people to live for God, follow Jesus. They're not doing that.
And then that's the thing, you know, the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. People need to find out if they're doing the kill, steal, or destroy.
And
you know?
here's the kicker. Here is the kicker. Here's the kicker. You ready for this, T? Yo, this was burning me up. It's us.
Right.
You don't see the other religions talking about another pastor. What he doing?
You know, us is a little complicated now. You know, us is complicated. We don't. You
wake up.
The waking up is happening. It's happening. I'm gonna give it that. You know, I'm gonna have that hope. But yeah,
wake up. You go to other churches. You go to other ministries. They not doing that. We gotta wake up and smell a coffee, man.
Well,
listen.
I think.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Look, our focus is on Jesus. Stop looking at what the next man got. Stop looking at what the next man doing. Your focus gotta be on Jesus. And I guarantee you, when you put your focus all on him, guess what? You won't see those things. You'll be focused. You listen, we say follow Jesus. Guess what? If you following him, guess what? We're walking right beside him. We're walking with him. Not naturally, spiritually walking with him. You're not going to be, listen, like I told the young man, I said, listen, you have the keys to the door that God has for you. And in that, to go into that door, there's a corridor. There's a corridor. To get to that door, you got to walk in that corridor. Not nobody else. And guess what? There's going to be things on the left of you. There's going to be things on the right of you. You got to stay focused. You got to walk on the straight and narrow. It ain't easy. Sometimes you fall off the path. But you got to get right back up and keep it moving. Keep it pressing. Focus.
But look, what I'm going to say about us is that we are learning to communicate better. Communication has been really messed up in our past of how we spoke to one another. I mean, there were times of love, don't get me wrong, where the family was loving, but changing has happened in our us culture. And you know, the disrespect is there because we have been disconnected. We're no longer connected to the family, you know, and being about, you know, love again. Right. But it's because of communication. The communication has changed, you know, for some reason. A lot of fear has happened, you know, in our culture, our modern day fear. There's a lot of stuff that has happened that has made our communication like affect our generational, you know, family in a negative way. And so we can't even really come together the right way. You see, we all like looking at other cultures because we're so disgusted with our own. That's a sad thing. That's a sad thing. You know, we need to do better, but how can we if we're not communicating right? Something needs to be changed. Communication needs to be changed. There needs to be, that's why I say change is coming. You know, change is coming because of the way things are about to, like, there's a new life where truth is being revealed. We are in a time of disclosure. You know, you hear a lot of stuff about disclosure. Have you heard that word a lot? Like in the past, let's say 4 or 5, 6 years, maybe, because you're hearing a lot of stuff being revealed. Truth is coming out. And so that means we're going to change the way we speak. So I think it's possible. But because of what we've done with our mouth, our power of our mouth has destroyed us. I'm not going to go and talk about where it came from, none of that type of stuff, but I'm talking about where we are now.
Well, yeah, where we are now. You're right. what? Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Where we at now? And that's the kid. Like I said, our focus. You know, have to be on Jesus and that path that He has for us. You know, some people, don't know how to get to that part of that journey in their life because it's hard, it's struggle. Anybody that's a Christian on any walk, any belief, if they tell you that it's easy to be a Christian, that's false. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing. In the beginning, what I struggled with was rejection. I'm listen. I'll look. T, your journey and walk with Christ is probably different than mine. You know, uh, can you know what? As we sit here and we talking, can you tell us how you came to Christ?
I mean,
What made you? Yeah, good.
I've always been in church since I was a little
Mm-hmm.
girl. Me and my sisters, we were always in church. So that time I listened. I really listened a lot to
Mm-hmm.
what was being said about the Bible, and I never understood it
Okay.
because within me I knew something that was speaking to me. And I asked questions, and so there was one time when I had a very vivid dream, and after that dream, I completely changed. My joy was uplifted. I felt it in my body. It was unexpected. I was so tremendously happy. It was so beautiful. I remember it. Now, I want to say it was like in 2011, but I do remember it. So it was like that's when I know it happened for me. Because going to church and going to church was going to church, and you're hearing things but disagreeing in your heart. But asking is what I always do. I like to ask when I'm asking because I want to get what I'm needing, like that answer. So I ask all the time. So when that happened, it felt like my prayer was answered. You know what I mean? Like because I felt very fulfilled, like I could do anything, because I had spirit with me. And it was like, breathe through it, don't fear, just say what you need to say. There's a lot of times that you have to know what you're supposed to say. It's supposed to be said. I said what I said, as Doja Cat said. I said what I said, okay? You know, and move on. But and you keep going in the journey. So but that was it for me. And then it was more my mouth started opening up because I fumble on words. Oh my God, I butcher words. I'm terrible. Terrible. But as time has gone on, I've been able to do better. I've communicated a little bit more. So I know spirit's with me. It's just like the joy's still there, but we're still living in this world, and the world has a lot of sadness. So I'm having to manage that, that managing that load of still joy and happiness, but suffering and pain around everywhere I see. Nope, you can't
No,
change no one, only them.
and they said you can't change someone, but here's the thing though, you can't. Only thing that can change is you, and in your change, you can inspire someone else to change. You can encourage someone else to change.
But that
Um,
person has to want it though, right? Don't you agree?
you no, yes, they have to want it, but guess what? Some people don't want to be changed,
Mhm.
right? But because of your walk, because of your life, you can inspire someone to change.
Mm.
Even though they don't want to, you can inspire them to change. So you know what? I love T. She always humble, and they begin to ask you, "Well, how? How are you like that? Why are you like that?" And there's your opportunity to tell them, "It's nothing but Jesus Christ." And now
Hmm.
they want that relationship. They want that feeling.
I don't say that at all.
What?
And if anybody were to ask me that, I think I don't know what I would say, honestly. But I am not. I know people like that. They give that honor quickly, to Jesus, to the Lord, and everything. But my response is probably, I don't know what I would say, but but that's something that you just, made me think. I like how that just opened up my eyes.
Yeah, that's what, because guess what? That's what it do for me. And have you, Lady T, you got to cut your, you got to feedback on.
Is it my fan?
No, you listening to the thing on your phone?
No.
No.
No, nothing's on.
Okay,
Let me see.
but you got it. All right, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so what I wanted to ask you is this: in your walk, right? When did you get baptized?
Oh, it was in my. I got it when I was young, and then I got it again when I was in my 30s.
That's what I want to say.
Yeah, 30s.
So some people don't believe that. So you got baptized when you was a kid. Oh yeah, I got baptized when I was a kid, right? Then you
Yeah,
got baptized again when you was an adult, right?
yeah,
You said when you was 30.
in my 30s. Yeah.
Now, was it the same experience? Was it different?
Oh, it was totally different. It was totally different. I
How was it?
remember
Tell us how was it?
because my legs went out a little, and so I kind of lost my balance as I got lifted up out of the
When?
water.
And
And
you
when
was
I was
older?
coming up, yeah, like
Older?
so I went in down in the water, right?
Uh,
And I don't know who was by my side. I can't remember all that, but I remember coming up, but my legs, and I kind of like, and I tried to, catch myself, but I kind of fell back in a way. So it's a little dramatic. I was like, oh Lord, how'd I do? I'll never forget it. But yep, that's what happened. And I was so like, oh, but yep, that's what happened. And but it was good because I was led to do it. You know what I mean? I love going in the direction that I'm supposed to naturally. Like there's such beauty in the natural process that people need to do better with not, being so anxious and being so in the mind and worried, about whatever's coming. Let life be what it's supposed to be. You have to learn to let go and just say, I'll do better and keep it moving and do the next thing and be kind in your process. Like that's really what it is. Be kind in the process and stop letting all your pain and suffering in your mind make everybody else miserable. Like that's what we have to do. And we're learning that. I have to learn that for myself as well because I can come into a room and have a funk and not talk and you know, they'd be like, "What's wrong with you?" You know.
so in that journey, right? In that journey, have you ever had any how can I say it, encounters with someone else that God led you to speak to?
Say that again.
Have you had any encounters where God has led you to speak to them? I'm just saying, like God said,
Oh
look,
yeah. Oh yeah.
like, can you give us an example? Like just you
Okay.
somewhere and God just said, look, I want you to go right there and begin to speak the word of God. Have you ever
Oh,
had
the
that?
word of God. No,
Just
I,
no.
I've never had that. Nope.
It
That's
doesn't mean
that.
it doesn't mean no. When I say word of God, it doesn't mean that you have to read scriptures. I'm talking about the goodness of the Lord. Have you ever been?
No, no. Because remember that conversation about me. I have never really been like, I give honor to God. Like I think of that in church. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have that talk when I'm having a conversation with a regular person. I don't sit up here and say a lot of, I don't think I talk a lot about myself. That's what it is. There it is. Because I
So you don't.
don't.
So you never
I'm a person.
testified. Never testified.
I personally I listen to everybody else. I listen so much that people don't even really know me. They figure me out a little bit along our journey, through the relationship because I don't talk that much. I listen to them and then I ask them questions. I always do that. So no, I don't because
Okay.
that's not how I know.
Okay. Next question is do you have a testimony?
Of course.
Oh
My
well,
testimony, my testimony is like where we look and say we put it in a book. Yeah.
let me hear it. Let us hear it. Because
Oh Lord.
yeah, this is the place for it because guess what? This is part of follow me, because you got a testimony that the world probably want to hear, and it can be encouraging to somebody, because somebody's listening and they want to come to Christ, but they don't know how to. So your testimony is something that can be encouraging to people.
Yeah, but my testimony is a is a still a reflection of the people around me. And I'm private, so I don't really, I don't communicate my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Your
try to be
test,
mindful. Yes, because I'm like, what testimony do I say that would not be so obvious? You know what I'm saying? Like everything about my life, it would be obvious. You know what I'm saying?
okay, so
If
there's
I sit up
nothing.
here,
Yeah.
everything that I have had in my life, there is a reason for it, right? I can
No,
tell you what reason.
no, we're not talking about. Look, we
So my
all right,
testimony is my life. What are you thinking it would
all
be?
right. So you, would you,
Testimony of what? Like,
like something happened to your life, right? And when
yeah,
you look back, you know it was nothing but God that brought
yeah.
you out. Right. So
I would say
give
that in
give.
church. I would say that in church, right? That's something I say in church. But yes, you want me to give my testimony time more on the podcast? Okay, I will put that on my to-do list.
So you mean to tell me? Look, and I get you. I get you. So T, you mean to tell me you don't have? You do, because you said it's personal. You don't
Yeah.
have a testimony. All right, so
All right.
I ain't want to, because mine. I got a couple of testimonies. You know what I'm saying? But the most important testimony for me was this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I said this to you before. You so some people might think it's theoretic. I can't. I didn't say the word right. I'm sorry. Correction.
You got me saying that now. I'm like, now you say the real word.
They might. I'm gonna change it up. They might say it's scripted or whatever, but it's the truth, because only God know that I'm not playing when I'm talking like this. Like, I'm serious business when it comes to us. I don't care what nobody say or how they judge me, but I'm real serious when it comes down to this, because that's how I always been. And we talk about passion. I'm passionate about this, so I'm serious. I could care less how you think, because this is me. This is my walk. This is my journey. You know what I'm saying? And so get to this. My testimony is this: is that I had bought a car back in, I want to say, 2016. I bought a car, right? And when I bought the car, I thought I was the best thing in the world. I was high. I was chilling, like, you know what I mean? I was a bomb. Sunroof, the whole nine, right? So my dad was like, "Yo, could I borrow your car?" I was like, "What? Nah, you can't borrow my car." So he got because I said it just the way I said it. Nah, you can't borrow my car, Dad. Now I can't. I don't know how to do. I can't help. Boop, click up. I click up. Right now, mind you, I dropped off my ex-wife at the time, because I was married at the time. Dropped her off. Dropped Imani off. Boop. I was working 2 jobs, working at the hotel, and I was working at FedEx. I'm driving. After I dropped them off, now driving. Boom, I fall asleep behind the wheel. I run into a dumpster. Listen, this is my relationship with God. I didn't think about nobody else. All I thought about was Jesus. Listen, I had my hand on my chest like this, and all I said is Jesus, 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 Jesus. After the 5th time I took my finger off my chest, I was able to breathe. I couldn't breathe. The people was around my car. I could see everything. All I could think about was Jesus. And that's all I called on him 5 times that I was able to breathe. The only thing I said I ran into a dumpster. You could have seen my car. Bang, smashed. The whole front of the smash. I'm in the car. I can't breathe. Calling on Jesus 5 times. After my thumb came off my chest, I was able to breathe. Now, I had a gash in my leg. If you could see what the engine that came in the car smashed my knee. All I had was a couple of stitches. That was it. You know what I'm saying? And that's my testimony, because my life was changed way before then. But you know what? What it made me realize, that my life is more important than something materialistic. You know, so and from that day on, I realized I had to be more humble. You know what I'm saying? And I say that was one of my testimonies because you had to see it. And guess what? And just to show you how good God is, that's why, mind you, I just told my father that I called who the first I called on Jesus, right? Then I called my dad. I was like, yo, dad, I got into an accident. Coming to the hospital. Yo, my father dropped what he was doing, came straight to the hospital. But that was a walk that I've been through, and I realized how humble I had to be. You know what I'm saying? And people, some people need to hear that because, and you know what? And I got away with telling my testimony because I thought sometimes people like, that's that ain't really happened. But I don't now talking with you and just having this conversation, following Jesus and believing, it's important to people hear this because guess what? Things like that happen for real. Some people don't believe that it happened. That's my life. Guess what? I can walk, I can talk. I'm not handicapped, not crippled. You know what I'm saying? I have had multiple car accidents. And we talk about destiny. I've walked away from all those accidents. Here's another one. Yo, I bought another new car. Me and these cars. New car. Cop in his personal car runs the stop sign. Smack me. Bow. Car total. He in a Jeep. I'm in a car. I walk away. Walk to the hospital.
Yeah. Chef, your testimony, this is truly your testimony, and it is amazing. I do not have nothing like that. But your testimony right there, you have to tell it. You have no choice. Yes, because it is amazing. It is something that only you went through more than once, and you have no scratches type of thing. You no major damage. Yeah, you have a great testimony.
And it's not that it's not. And look, and I say this, it's not about bragging. It's not, but because guess what? It's truly it shows you how God is still a working God. Guess what? My life could have been taken. Was I ready to go then? No, I was not ready. I wasn't ready. Trust me, my life was not where it's supposed to be. It's still not. It's still a work in progress. But guess what? This is part of following Jesus because guess he's a merciful God, forgiving God, regardless of what you've done. But you got to understand that your actions sometimes can cost something more than you can bear, and that's real serious. Some people think they can live their life, do what they want to do, and don't have a price with that. You got a price. Trust me, you got a price, and that price might be more than you can bear. You know what I'm saying? It's truly that's how it is, and some people don't believe that, but it is like that. Trust me. Just think about this: we live in a world where we're judged by humans, right? Okay. Sometimes people go to jail, do the time for a crime they did committed. But guess what? We look at that and say that's messed up, but we don't know beyond the odds what that person really did. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. We just looking at it from a natural perspective, a natural eye. We ain't looking from a spiritual eye because guess what? God allowed things to happen for a reason that we can't understand mentally or visually. You can't understand. And some people are always ask me this about rape. It's that's beyond our eyes. That's beyond our understanding. Things happen for a reason. It's messed up, but there's a reason. There's a purpose behind everything that happens. It just don't happen. It's a purpose. Whether we understand it, it's still a purpose, and that's a purpose, or something that we will never understand because we might have sympathy for, we might have compassion for, but you will never understand it because you don't know why it transpired. You don't know why it happened, and that's the hard part about the Christian walk. It's a hard part. You didn't
experience it yourself ever. That is a possibility.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. Yep. So and that's the hard part. That's what a lot of people can't grasp. The part of what if this is real? What if it's not real? But if you focus on the part of doing everything right, positive, and work like this, you know what? Some people, because I had this conversation with a lot of people, it's not about what you believe to be right. I tell people this: work on your heart. Work on your heart, because when you work on your heart is meant for you to be filled with joy, not sadness. That's an emotion, and that emotion comes so many different ways, by what you see, by what you hear. You ever heard something that make you cry?
Yeah, something movie or something. No, I'll say
No,
that.
no, but I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. In real life, yeah,
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 you ever heard something that made you cry?
yeah.
Then you think about this. You've seen something that make you cry. You ever been somewhere other than a funeral, and you seen somebody that you care, that you got love for, passion, love for, not a spouse or anything, and they crying and you start crying.
Yeah.
It's what you see, what you hear begins emotional, and now you begin to cry. That's part of your heart. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to do. You got to work on your heart.
Softening the heart.
So work on it. Yeah, so of course that's a correction. Softening your heart. You got to work on it, and it's not that. And some people might say that's soft. No, working on your heart, because guess what? There are things that come in our lives that you have to have compassion for. You have to have sympathy for.
Yep.
You know, some of these. And one thing I can say is that children are born handicapped, defects, that we don't know the cause of it. You got to have compassion.
Yep.
You don't know their circumstance.
Nope.
You don't know how they got there. And look, this how I know that. I was just telling my wife, look, I know me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a strong man, so I ain't no weak man. I told my wife. I'm gonna tell you why I said that. I told my wife, I said, man, babe, shucks. I said, God working on my heart, man. I'll tell you why. Smallest thing, I'll be like, oh my God, crying. I'll be like, man, what the? I'm watching this show. This kid bullying this other kid. I said, man, why? I'm getting mad and emotional because I don't like stuff like that. People taking advantage of people. I don't like that, man. So she was like, well, God's working on your heart. I said, yeah, boy, I tell you, boy, I'm serious. and we talking about, and that's what you want. You want God to work on your heart. You want that. It's not down, because guess what? It also not just your heart, your mind, your thinking. You want to think about people's feelings, how you speak to them. You got to be quick. Not quick to strike, but quick to think about how you going to say it. Can it be offensive? Can it be something that can hurt them? Something that can make them, yeah, we got people committing suicide by the things that people say to them, convincing them. You got that. We got that. And you gotta be mindful. People trying to live their life and that's it. You know, they want to be private. But listen, man, how can we help others if we want to live a private life? If you know something, they say you know something, say something, right? Right?
Yeah.
But that's what people do. People want to. What's up, lady? Hold on. And that's the thing. You know, people don't want to really live openly and transparent. They want to. You see the comment team?
Hey.
No, she corrected. But that's the thing. You know, people want to just, live their personal life and not, because some people are really looking for that help. They really looking for the right people to be around. That's why we always got to be mindful of the people you keep, the company that you keep. You want people around you that's going to uplift you, encourage you. You don't want people to tear you down. You don't want that.
But some people like that, Chef. Yeah, like there are some people that enjoy that it's like a banter. You're going back and forth and you're picking at one another. Like I have relationships like that, and that is them to them, and the relationship itself is fun because it's lighthearted, or you're not really taking it too personal, or it could be just for laughter. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's you have to look at it. We live in a world of duality, right? We have to know how to put it together somehow. You got the not so good looking and the good looking, but you make it come together and it works.
All right,
Right?
but okay, AT, what we said, what did I say to you? And this, look, it's just a fact. It's not, listen, it ain't, that's not even opinionated. Watch this. What did I say to you about a week ago? We's on. I said, birds of the same feather flock together.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. It's that we as humans got to be like the same way. Because guess what? You don't, like I told you before, you don't see pigeons hanging with hawks. You don't see pigeons hanging with eagles. You're never gonna see that. Okay. Yeah, the man is eagle, right? You're not, but come on. Look at what I'm saying though. You're not going to see that. They're not going to hang. They can't. And watch this. To be honest with you, watch this. And it's the same thing we got to be with one another. Guess what? The eagle don't even eat the same foods that the pigeons eat.
So what are you saying we have to be like?
You not be like, but look, you want people with the same mentality around you.
Not all the time. You can't have it because you need to be diverse. You need to learn how to have character and be able to communicate with all types of people. That's how.
You listen. Hold on. Hey, watch this. I tell people this all the time. If you marry, you gonna hang with a bunch of single people, but they're your friends. You gonna all come on.
Okay, if you got married and them single friends is your friends before you got married, yes.
No, you're not gonna. Nothing wrong with that. You're gonna hang out with them. You're not gonna hang out with them all the time because now you have a different agenda. You got.
Of course.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? You still gonna have those friends, but guess what? Now, most likely, I'm almost certain. If you really trying to do the right thing, those friends they're gonna wither away. They ain't gonna. They're gonna wither away because guess what?
Back every now and then. Right?
There you go. So there you go. It's like-minded. You want to hang with people like-minded. You don't want to hang with people that's not going to encourage you, lift you up. Come on. I know you don't. If you do, get out of it.
No, I don't. I agree with you.
Oh, all right.
I'm saying that there are those that unfortunately have a desire to stay in that type of environment. And that is very true for a lot of people in life. The environment that makes them comfortable is something that really isn't beneficial to them. But they're comfortable. They don't want to change. They don't want, or they're scared to get out of something because they don't know what's going to happen, or they're scared. They don't know how it's going to be, how they're going to be able to deal with life and deal with the situation. Like we all have fears, right? But a lot of people stay in that type of situation because it's comfortable.
Okay, there you go. Comfortable. If not comfortable, they scared.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I was just telling somebody, look, we was talking at the job, right? And I told him, I said, you know what the thing about the Christian walk? I wouldn't even say Christian walk, just faith, right? You know what it is? People don't like correction. If you're doing something wrong, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's going to be detrimental to your faith or your belief, as someone that you value, that you trust, and they say something against you. Now, your first thing that come out your mouth, not all, but some. Oh, why are you so judgmental? Why you judging me? Don't judge me. And now, guess what? You may lose a friend. You may lose some people that have that walk, and they be like, man, this person always telling me what I'm doing wrong. What about him? What about her? They're not looking to better themselves. They're not looking to do the right thing. They say, you know what? I'm gonna live my life the way I want to live my life, and ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live it.
What's up with the head thing?
That's how they do it. You know I ain't talking about no men doing it. The West Side of women say, I'm gonna live my life the way I want to live my life. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. Okay.
Well, when a woman tells you that, you have to let it be. You just do, because I mean, hear me out. The woman has every right to, and the reason why is because the woman knows what her life is. She knows her journey, and you have to allow women and I mean men. Okay, I'll say men too, but mostly women. I'm gonna say women because something special about women. that we've forgotten is in each and every woman, that we lost, that we don't know how to nurture ourselves first in the right manner and then give it out to others.
No,
So, when a woman tells you they got to do what they got to do, it's for their betterment, it's for their well-being. And if it is, or if they've got to go through a journey of making wrong decisions, they have to do it. But the woman has to do what she feels. I mean, it's something very special about that that spirit when a woman, is like, even if she's got it in the wrong direction, she's gonna come back. You're gonna learn. The learning process happens. Like, you're gonna find out, honey. It's either gonna be you're gonna be humbled or you're gonna humble yourself. It's either or, one or the other, because it has to happen. Because when you big headed, when too out there living out there thinking everything is a certain way, it can be taken away, and it will be in a way where you will have nothing, and you have to learn from that. And that is the beauty of life, when you're able to go into that journey and you're not ashamed. You're not feeling like you can't be yourself or trying to be something else. Coming back into the beauty of women is what I want to see. And we've gotten distracted, but okay, my bad.
nah, but you telling the truth. I'm not disagreeing with that. You know what I'm saying? I look, me and you was talking about this, and you was like, no, no. I'm look. I prescribe marriage. You don't prescribe it
Right.
because of whatever, what I mean, how you feel. And I get that. You know what I'm saying? And that's and so why I say I prescribe marriage is because guess what? You have to, when a man looks for a woman, right? They got to know that they are together and not broken. And sometimes women, right, like you said, that's why I said I'm agreeing with you, are broken, and because they're broken, they having the right healing. Guess what? They're gonna be like, you know what? I gotta do what I gotta do to make myself happy. And that's why I tell anybody, you know what I'm saying? You have to work on you first before you even try to give somebody else your heart or your love. You got to heal. You got to heal up. You got to heal up.
But people don't know what that really means.
Heal up.
Heal up. They don't know how to heal. People don't know how to heal. That's what I'm saying. Like, how, you are supposed to heal yourself. You're supposed to. That's what we're supposed to do. If
Right.
if you have the spirit, you have it to heal yourself. But people don't know how to heal themselves. So you can say these words, but the meaning matters because they don't know how to get there. That's what I'm saying. Like, I look at life as people right now. But I know what you're saying. I agree with you. But these are words. Teaching of healing has been lost, and something that we need to bring back, because healing is something we can do. But it all says you have to have some discipline too. That's my point.
There you go. Okay.
Discipline.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
That was
Right
the
on.
that
Right
was the
on.
whole
Right
point.
on.
Yes, the whole point. I forgot. Yep.
That's right.
Discipline. There's something about discipline. When you're able to discipline, and I'll give you my testimony, right? My
There we go. There we go. Oh, here we come, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Go ahead.
Not having sex, the celibacy. That was very difficult for me. And that right there is discipline, when you are able to not put yourself in the bed with someone else, and you are able to hold on to the power within you, and without putting it to the world. It is a beautiful thing within your own body if you're able to do it. And it's something that people don't do all the time, and we're not really teaching it to do, but it's something beautiful that I'm going through the journey of loving and learning it. But there's a discipline in it. There's a true discipline, especially if you enjoy it, especially if you see eye candy, especially if you're around it. You know what I'm saying? So there's a discipline, but there's a benefit in the healing of the body. There's something that people need to go and seek for themselves, of the discipline of. Oh, and another thing, I don't drink alcohol every day. I used to drink alcohol every day. I haven't been drinking. Yeah, wine, my wine. That's still alcohol. It's alcohol.
Okay.
But I don't drink wine every day. I'm slowly getting into a discipline, and that is something that we as people need to do. I have promoted fasting. That is something that biblically was done all the time. People don't know how to fast no more. They're too scared, or physicians tell them they shouldn't do it. But this is all foolishness and lies. People need to learn how to stop eating so much. There are certain things we need to stop doing. Discipline. Okay, I'm back.
No. I'm so proud of you. That is such great. Look, you're gonna keep on. I told you, you growing. You don't see it, but you, like I told you, go ahead, Lady T, y'all. She cooking up here today, y'all.
I have no life.
What you, come on now. You and listen, you in your part, you in the process. Look, don't do that. Don't do, because I would I don't look what you doing. We ain't gonna tell what you doing, but what you
I'm
doing
boring anyway, so it's okay.
Nah. It's commendable. And you know, outside of this right here, you know I know what you're doing. So look, you keep up the good work. So you know, you're doing a great job. So listen, I told you, we already said faith without works is dead. You doing a great deed. So guess what? God's gonna bless you. He gonna bless you with your heart's desire. So don't even go there. But look, listen. They don't know your story. Y'all do.
Yeah.
And listen, no, for real though, they don't. And the good thing about it is you growing. You acknowledge that you have some things that you got to work on, and that's the process. That's the beginning process.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's key. And that's what we want. We want people to understand that. That's like you know, that's the big thing about it. You know, like I said, I sit here and I just try to encourage people. I ain't trying to look. Lady T tell me, y'all, she said, don't sell yourself short. She said, don't sell yourself short. I don't listen. This is not my desire. I do not want this desire to become famous with this. But this is something that I enjoy doing. I want to encourage people. I want to show love. And if it, like I said, if it grows, it grows. But my thing is my chef thing. I love that. Like she was a witness to, you know, and I got some good reviews, Lady T, on the family reunion that I did. I'm talking some big ones. I was like, yo, for real? They was like, oh, and that's what I do. That's where my joy is at, is my cooking. You know what I'm saying? I put it down, not bragging. This is what I love. I have a passion for that. And so when you have a passion for something, just like I have a passion for, you know, the Lord, living for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect now, right? I'm still working, you know what I'm saying? But when this comes to the cooking, that's my thing.
When you start doing all of the business stuff, you gotta start recording it and then put it on here and let us see what you got.
And just to let you guys look, I'm about to say something. It's crazy that you just said that. Actually, I have a 50th birthday party this weekend. I'm catering, and I'm definitely gonna get it recorded. You're gonna see me going at work. You know what I'm saying? Have it for you guys so you guys can see it. I'm gonna go live a couple of times so you guys can see it, put it together. So you know, that was something I got going on this weekend. I'm gonna start prepping up on Friday. The function is Saturday. Actually, they wanted me to cater it, and they was like, after you present the food and put it in, we would love for you to join us. So that's the first. I always just look. I'm serious. They always, but you know, there are returning clients. They're returning supporters. So they have tasted my food before. So it's like, you know what? We want Chef Dennis to cater this for us. So, you know, this is big. I'm you know, appreciative. I'm thankful, you know, that they gave me an opportunity to do this, and hopefully it will grow more business with them. So that's big. So, you know, when it comes down and they wonder why I got chef, because that's what I do for a living. Outside of here, I'm a chef. You know, I cook for all, and I do all different type of cuisines. There's no just soul food. I tear it down, and I could bake. No bragging. This ain't bragging. This is what I love to do. You know what I'm saying? I really don't talk about that because this is what I talk about faith. But my food thing is, like I said, that is, and when the wintertime comes, now I get down with that. Like
I believe you. Something about that cold weather.
Word, I get down. I'll be in the kitchen like, people, they're like, where's Chef Dennis at? In the kitchen, cooking. They be like, oh my goodness, he never stopped. You know what I'm saying? And in the wintertime, I really don't work overtime. So see, I've been doing a lot of overtime. And then, Lady T, I gotta prep you up for this too. Oh my goodness. Yo, y'all gotta get ready for this. Get ready for this. Y'all ready? Hey, yo, T. Listen, I gotta prep you up because we gonna have some real conversations. Football time.
Oh,
It's going down. Lady T, you caught the look. We started on the back end of football. We started after football was over. So I still had the 49 and stuff up. Oh, it's gonna be real juicy in the wintertime. Come on now, y'all. Stop playing with me. We still gonna be talking about God and all type of stuff, but it's gonna be football. Heaven over this piece. Get ready.
I'm trying to get back into it. I really am. My parents are into it. So my mom always be like, "You watched the game last night?" She'll always text me, "You watched the game last night?" So I know she's ready.
And look, and this the thing about this stage for me is I've learned, and seriously, I learned that there are some things you can share with the world, some things you can't, because some people look at things totally different. And like I said, I'm always transparent. So, I have a few drinks here and there, you know what I'm saying? Glasses of wine. I might have a shot. I might have a beer, right? And I realized that my walk, there's some things I can't share with the world. You know what I'm saying? And I'm being real and transparent because some people get mixed messages. And so, but they really don't know the truth. The truth is that you can have a drink, right, and not get drunk. The purpose of that is why they say about getting drunk, not getting drunk, because your mind can be altered. And most people don't know that. They think, oh, you're a Christian, you can't drink. No, I cannot get drunk. I can have, and I got to say that because that's what people think, that you cannot have a drink. No, you cannot get drunk because guess what? Now, when you get drunk, you have hidden desires, you have hidden wants that can cause you to fall to the flesh, that can cause you to do something that can be detrimental to your life, to your relationship. That's it.
Creeping up.
Your relationship, your marriage, that can end it. That can end all. You can be doing so well. And that's the reason why you cannot sit there and overindulge. The same thing with anything, but you can't overindulge in food. Because you know that you can't eat fried chicken every day. You can't do that. Fried chicken could cause you what? High cholesterol, heart attack. You know you can't do that, but you do it. Oh, I'm gonna eat fried chicken every day. I'm gonna eat. That's what this. I don't care what they say. I can do it. Guess what? Yeah, okay.
You know what's gonna happen?
Huh?
People enjoy their passions of love, what they love.
Right. And that passion of love, can be a lifetime of pain and suffering, self-affliction. That's all it is. And I was compelled to say that because I do have a lot of friends, I do have people watching, and I let them know that look, listen, it don't work like that. And for me, everybody's different. For me, I'm the type of person that when I say something, I'm not gonna let you see me slipping. Because then when I let you see me slipping, then you're gonna come to my face because I'm bold. They gonna come to my face and say, "Oh man, you a hypocrite. You this and that." Oh, you will not do that. I will not be doing that. Sorry. There's a limit, and I will stop. Like I said, I don't get there because look, one, I don't see myself, and I don't want that. I'm driving, I'm drunk, and then I kill somebody or I hurt some. I don't want that on my life.
Right.
I don't want that over my life. So see, that's why, like I said, I'm being honest and transparent because some people don't understand that. It's your choice to do what you want to do. It's your choice how you want to live your life, right? But know this, that if you overindulge in it, now you're taking a chance of committing a sin that can cause you a lifetime of pain.
Yeah. I always say if you overdo it, just go to sleep. Sleep it off.
Yeah. Hey, Lady T, you talking about sleep it off. Yeah, they'll sleep it off. Sleep it off with somebody else.
Oh no, you're only supposed to be by yourself. Sleep it off by yourself.
They out there having a good time, talking about some, yeah, girl, yeah, man, I was out here. Yeah, Yeah, you was out there, all right. Out there doing what you ain't supposed to be doing. And that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? People don't. And not look what I said about earlier. I said well, people about judging. See, that's the quick thing. That's the quick version of oh yeah, you because I look. So listen, I get that a lot. They see me have a drink. You ain't supposed to do that. I said what? I said okay. I said okay. That's how you feel? All right. I don't even go say go to the Bible and tell me where it's at in the Bible. I said, okay. No.
What, just take your drink and walk away? What?
Huh?
You take your drink and walk away from them?
Yeah, I walk away from them.
Okay.
You know, what you talking about? You don't even know what you're talking about. Right? What you talking about don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I say all that to say is that's why, like on my social media now, I have stopped because I don't really want to entertain that. So it's personal. Now my personal life, I got to keep it personal.
That's right.
I'm serious. Seriously.
Wise. It is very wise to do it that way. Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? You don't want to have the controversy of what you're not supposed to do, what you're doing, the judgmental people. You don't want to do all that. You don't put yourself out there like that so you can be judged based on that. You know what I'm saying? You keep it private. Your private life, keep it private.
Yep.
And I used to, because I was big about that. I was big, now with football, I'm be home now. You're gonna see me act a fool, but you ain't gonna see my personal life. My personal life, it's gotta be private. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't really do that no more. I used to be doing it all the time, be all up there acting stupid and a fool. But now I'm in a different type of business. You know what I'm saying? It's about encouraging people. And sometimes you can't encourage people if they see you acting a fool and acting insane. So but when football come, I'm forewarning y'all because them Eagle fans, them Giant fans, Jet fans, the Dallas fans. Oh, I'm going to Dallas game, so y'all gonna see me on live. When I go to Dallas, y'all gonna see me there. Me and my pops. I'm getting ready to actually go to the Ravens in Dallas, taking my dad for his birthday.
When's that?
September 22nd.
Ooh, yeah, next month. That's about a month. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be out there in the whole weekend, man. Just me and him. Some of my other people, they bailed out on me, but it's okay though. It's all right. It's okay. Yeah. So me and my dad, me and him is gonna go. So we're gonna explore out there. Hopefully, I meet some people out there too. I keep hearing good things about Texas. So they say they like real talkative, and I said, okay, let me see what let me see. I don't think I'll be hitting no church up on Sunday though, because the game. Because the game it's an hour behind. Yeah, the game is on Sunday, so the game is 3:00 their time, 4:00 our time.
Okay.
So I know it's gonna be a little different. So I see how I finagle that. I know sometimes church is on early in the morning, but I don't know. I gotta find it. It might be too far because Texas is big.
Yeah, so, enjoy your time.
Yeah. So it's gonna be exciting. Then we go November. Then November we go to San Fran.
San Fran.
And guess what we playing? We're playing Dallas.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
It's still my team, but I'm trying not to be a fan anymore. It's too much passion. They weren't paying me. NFL don't pay me for me to be passionate about that. You know what I'm saying? I was hyped. It used to be bad. My good friends know me, that they know. So no more. So I've calmed down.
So I make sure that in football season, I tell you guys, in football season, I'm gonna make my trip down to DC. We're gonna have a studio down in DC. We're gonna do a show down there. That we gonna look. I'm gonna make a weekend thing. Then we gonna go watch some football. Me and Lady T. Yeah. Probably Mrs. Miles. Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably had to get Miss Miles, and she like football a little bit too. So
a little bit.
But yeah. So yeah, but you know how we do. You know what I mean? But listen, that's about our time, y'all. It was a pleasure to have you guys out here to listen. It's always a joy. It's always encouraging. We want to be always encouraging. And listen, we want you to be encouraged. And believe me, the relationship with Jesus is good. It's prosperous. You know, believing is one thing, but following is another. And listen, you can find us on Mondays, Wednesdays, 6:30 in the kitchen. But I do have an announcement. One more announcement though, too. We might be changing the days. Me and Lady T will be talking because football starts. Then that way, Monday it's going to be difficult. Monday is football. A lot of people watching football, so we might change. We're going to talk about it. So we definitely will let you guys know in advance. But know this: we love you. We thank you for your support. And listen, share the content and tell people about it. Listen, we love you guys. Peace. Next week, we'll see you guys Monday. Talk to you later. Peace. Wait, late tea. Roll on.